Action continues on this beautiful Thursday night from the AYSN Sports Center. This is your 7th Stallion Cup Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Conference. In our main game, Element Steel trying to get their first win of the season, but they'll have to do it against Acrocity. Once again, this is Diego Del Paz bringing you the action from courtside. Element Steel in their immaculate white uniforms, while Acrocity in their dark blue with neon green trim. First five on the floor for Element Steel: Giosia, Bradley Lau, Jacob Manlapaz, Paul Antiporda, and Carl Lim. While for Acrocity, they're starting with Sean Chan, together with Jeff Lim, Justin Nangkayon, Colin Lim, and Gino Estebanlar. There you go. So again, Acrocity coming off their first loss of the season against the powerhouse Power Sox Kent Floors, the only undefeated team this season, following that earlier tonight by Cool Summer Farm against McDavid Shona, 85-73. At the free throw line, Esteban Lar missing both free throws, or should we say splitting those two free throws. Paul Antiporda tried to thread the needle on that pass intended for Bradley Lau, but goes out of bounds. Barely a minute in to this first quarter of action. Esteban Lar still with the basketball, gives it up to Jeff Lim, rises for three, too strong. Bradley Lau gets the long rebound. Giosia setting the table here for Element Steel. 15 on the shot clock. They go back to Sia. Now inside, Jacob Manlapaz rattles out that jumper. Eight and 11 remaining. Three-pointer in and out for Sean Chan. Giosia surveying the floor. Swings it to Carl Lim. Launches the three, too strong. Paul Antiporda saves it, unfortunately to the wrong man. Colin Lim going downhill. Gets rejected by Giosia. Get that weak stuff out of here. And that is your best defensive play of the quarter, brought to you by Khao Kai Thai Chicken House. Shot clock down to 12 now for Acrocity. They swing it to Lim. They go down low, but unfortunately Colin Lim went around the world and back without a passport or authorization. Sia calling for the play here. And I talked to Giosia before the start of this ball game, and one thing that they want to work on is how to make their offense a little more free-flowing, especially when I gave him my observation that in their loss against Cool Summer Farm last Thursday, 54-71, their offense was quite stagnant. So far, Element Steel hasn't found the bottom of the cup yet. Esteban Lar, what a rack attack against Paul Antiporda for the score. First field goal for either side. Both teams short-handed. Acrocity sporting only 7 players tonight, while Element Steel only with 9. Acrocity on the attack. They go for the corner three. Couple of bounces won't go in for Jeff Lim. Giosia Tried to put some English on that one. Misses, but Jacob Manlapas was there to get the putback and the score. First two of the ball game for Element Steel. Lim sends it over. Right elbow three missed by Justin Nangkayon. Giosia slaloms through the defense like an Olympic skier, but misses the gimme down low. Lucky break though for Element Steel here. Foul called against Acrocity. Giosia with Manlapas on that two-man play. Sia turns around off target on that close range shot. Esteban Lar. Another rat attack. What a play. And it's been Esteban Lar with both field goals for Acrocity so far tonight. Paul Antiporda hounded by the defense. Sia, long two. Couldn't connect. Long rebound goes to Colin Lim. Jeff Lim rejected by Paul Antiporda. Acrocity still with 17 on the shot clock. Quick inbound to the corner. Shot up but no good for Jeff Lim. Manlapas going through the heart of the defense, misses. Right there, Bradley Lau with a great recovery, gets fouled. And we got our first set of substitutions tonight for both sides. It will be two free throws for Jeff Lim. A low-scoring affair so far. Five minutes and 14 left here in the first quarter. So far, Acrocity with 5 points, coming off those two field goals from Gino Esteban Lar. Trying to figure out what's going on there, but something about the substitution pattern so far, as Lau misses both free throws. Bernard Yu dumps it down low, and a miss for Bradley Lau from close range. Exactly 5 minutes left here in the first period. Lim makes an extra pass to Colin Lim. They go back now to Jeff Lim. Shot clock down to 10. Colin Lim lost the handle of that basketball, and it will stay with Acrocity. 6 seconds on their shot clock.
6 seconds on the shot clock. 6 seconds to shoot.
Baseline inbound here for Acrocity. Long inbound goes outside to Sebastian. Shot clock down to 1. And Spencer Cross layup hits the bottom of the backboard. And it's a shot clock violation against Acrocity. 4 minutes and 40 remaining here in the first period. Rejan Lee attacks. Hits the back heel of the rim. Lucky break for Element Steel as they will retain possession. You got a ceasefire on the floor. Element Steel calling this timeout. Brought to you by Park Access. 14 seconds on the shot clock here for Element Steel, coming off their own timeout. They couldn't manufacture a basket, but that was a nifty find down low to Peter Ramirez. Now Acrocity on their offensive attack. And what a drive to the basket for Justin Nangkayon. Finding that seam, and Acrocity, 7 players in all, now leading by 5. Peter Ramirez getting his first 2 of the evening, and finally giving Element Steel their first field goal in a long while. Sebastian, long 3, in and out. Rejan Lee, long rebound. Lee, wow! What a play there, but misses that layup. But Bradley Lau was right there to clean up the mess. And it's now a 1-point ball game. We got a close one in our hands. Sebastian, baseline jumper, no good. Offensive rebound for Acrocity. They got a third try here. Sebastian lets it fly. That one, iron deficient. Lee spins. 16 on the shot clock. They give it up here. Ramirez off the window. And Peter Ramirez single-handedly throws Element Steel forward in this one, 8-7. Early shot clock attempt here. No dice for Justin Nangkayon. Ramirez fades, fires, knocks it in! And Element Steel starting to take control of this one. 2 minutes and 35 left in the first. Acrocity starting to be in a world of trouble right here. And Rejan Lee gives up his first personal foul. 2 minutes and 26 remaining here in the first quarter. They go to Sebastian, baseline drive. Floater is awry. Rejan Lee forward to Ramirez, the hot hand. And there is a dribbling violation called against Peter Ramirez. Unfortunate turn of events there. Rare turnover for Element Steel for this second unit. Jeff Lim sends it over to the right wing. 2:07 left here in the first frame. Baseline jumper, too strong for Spencer Cole. Second try, a miss by Colin Lim. And now, Rejan Lee heading this fast break attack. Rejan Lee misses, cleans up his own mess, gets fouled, will go to the line for 2. Minute and 48 remaining here in the first quarter of play. First free throw missed by Rejan Lee, the former De La Salle Green Archer. If my memory serves me right, won a title with the team back in 2007. That was my third year, also in Taft Avenue. 11-7 is the count for Element Steel. 14 on the shot clock. From inside the keyhole, a miss for Spencer Cole, but he will head to the line for 2. And Rejan Lee gets called for that last foul. We're down to the last minute and 33 of the first quarter. First of 2 down for Spencer Cole. Averaging 9 points, 6.5 rebounds, and nearly 17 minutes of play in their first 2 outings. Lee swings it over to Trunks Atienza, and nice find down low for Bernard Yu. Easy score inside the shaded lane for Element Steel. Minute and 12 remaining here in the first. Here's a drive. The kick to Sebastian. 10 on the shot clock. Extra pass. 3 ball. Got it! That's Jeff Lim knocking down the first 3 ball of the night for Acrocity. And for Acrocity, they went 0 for 7 before that 3-pointer, courtesy of Jeff Lim. 1-point ball game once again. That was Acrocity's last foul to give, and they're now over the limit. Trunks Atienza at the foul line for 2. Atienza missing the first of 2. Hasn't scored this season so far, but got 2 rebounds. Atienza 0 for 2 from the line. 45 seconds left. Oncayon nearly gets the ball back. Oncayon misses badly. Bernard Yu with the rebound. Rajan Lee gets bothered there by the sticky defense from Cullen Lim. 28.9 seconds remaining. 11 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Peter Ramirez attacking. Sends it over to the baseline to Bernard Yu, who misses the point blank shot. Shot clock is off. 17 seconds remaining. And Cullen Lim, too strong on that floater. 3-on-1 attack here. Ramirez gets fouled. Will go to the line for 2. 6.9 seconds remaining here in the first period. Oh wow, Cullen Lim called for his 3rd personal foul. By the way, for Element Steel, they're playing without Renzel Yonko, who again, as I mentioned in a pregame earlier, only scored 4 points. Went 0 for 14 as they end the first quarter of action. 1-point lead here for Element Steel over Acrocity, 13-12. We'll be back with second quarter of play here in the 7th Stallion Cup Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Conference. Here's your 7th Stallion Cup Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Conference, presented to you by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum, Kao Kai Thai Chicken House, AutoGuard Car Care, Park Access, and Torch. Second quarter of play now underway between Acrocity, which now takes the lead after that straightaway 3 from Justin Sebastian. Element Steel still winless after 2 games, but earlier looked good after taking that 1-point lead into the second period. Giosia recovers the loose ball, misses that jumper. Element Steel, another crack at the basket here. Jacob Manlapa spins and knocks in that floater. Tied at 15 all. Back to square one for these two folks. Sebastian. Esteban Lar rims out that three-pointer. Good line on that one. Sia, forward pass. Paul Antiporda, jumper in transition, misses. Manlapas gets a long rebound, and Sebastian with the theft. That's your Kaukai Fried Chicken House best defensive play of the quarter, turning into that best offensive play of the quarter, brought to you by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum, that transition layup. Manlapas in the post, sends it over to the corner. Giosia, 8 on the shot clock, drives, misses. It will stay with Element steal. Last touch called on Sean Chan. Sia trying to find a teammate, finds Paul Antiporda. Baseline jumper for Sia. Pure! Gio Sia with his first 2 points of the night. We are squared once again at 17. Great ball movement from Acrocity. Spencer Call misses that three-pointer. 2 minutes gone by here in the second period. 3 on the way, in and out. Courtesy of Carl Lim. Loose ball recovered by Acrocity, but stolen away by Giosia. Forward pass, Paul Antiporda with the layup. And that is your AutoGuard Car Care best assist of the quarter. And now Element Steel back in the driver's seat with a 2-point lead, 19-17. Esteban Lar makes an extra pass to Sean Chan. Now they go down low to Spencer Cole. They kick it out to Justin Sebastian. Floater, no dice. Paul Antiporda gets the rebound. Antiporda runs the rim. Now to Lim. Lim inside the arc. The jumper won't trickle in. Manlapas offensive rebound. 9 seconds on the shot clock, and Element Steel trying to get their offense going. 4 seconds to shoot. Sia, is he aware of the time? Sia at the buzzer, short, and let's see. That's very close, actually. It hit the rim. Or will they call an inadvertent whistle? It will stay with Element Steel, and referees admitted that it was an inadvertent whistle. Sia with the inbound. Fresh 14 on the shot clock. Sia from the baseline. Same spot, same result as earlier. 21-17. And Element Steel now in their element tonight. But Esteban Lar gets the triple B, the bump, the bucket, and the chance for the bonus. Chance for Acrocity to cut this deficit to as low as 1. Esteban Lar couldn't hit the bonus. Manlapas with the rebound. Carl Lim. Now to Giosia. Back to Lim. 15 on the shot clock. Early offense for Element Steel, but they couldn't find the bottom. Baseline drive. Tried to go for the extra pass there. Ball tapped loose by Element Steel, and it will be Acrocity possession. Shot clock at 15. In the hands of Sebastian. Thought about the 3. 9 to shoot now for Acrocity. They go to Esteban Lar. 4 to shoot. They need to get the shot up. Esteban Lar from way downtown. Off to the right. And now Element Steel with a 3-on-1. Manlapas. They go down low. And what a find to a cutting Paul Antiporda. And that is the kind of flowing offense that Giosia was talking about with me in the pregame. 5:30 remaining here in the first half. Esteban Lar short on the 3. Manlapas taps it to himself. Forward pass. Paul Antiporda. Antiporda! Oh, and he hits hard on the stanchion. gets fouled by Esteban Lar.
And foul on number 71, Juno Esteban, his second.
Paul Antiporda will have to regroup for these two free throws as we are hitting the halfway point of the second. Antiporda feeling a bit shaken and stirred, just like a James Bond martini, and missing that front end of two free throws. Antiporda short arms that second free throw, but great recovery coming from Carl Lim. Antiporda sends it to Lim for three. A little bit hurried on that opportunity. Acrocity. Forward now to Esteban Lar. Oh, and nearly stolen away, or should we say completed, by Carl Lim. Forward pass. Jacob Manlapas. See you later. And we got our swap midway through the second quarter of action. Once again, the 7th Stallion Cup Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Conference is presented to you by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum, Kaukai Thai Chicken House, AutoGuard Car Care, Park Access, and Torch. Thank you very much to all of our sponsors that make Stallion Cup 7th season Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Conference possible. And now it is a battle of wits for these two squads. And Element Steel starting to pull away here in the second period. And possibly fatigue starting to be a factor for Acrocity, as Esteban Lar took a rest on the bench. Baseline jumper is good for Sean Chan. Now Rejan Lee swings it over to Trunks Atienza. Lau. Bradley Lau caught dancing to the wrong song and turns the ball over. 4 minutes and 27 remaining here in the second quarter. It's down to a 4-point ball game. Still in favor of Element Steel. Jeff Lim still with the leather. 4 and 15 remaining. And Justin Langkayan missing from the right baseline. Bernard Yu swings it over to the left wing. They dump the ball down low to Bernard Yu, who misses. Second try for Bernard Yu, and he will head to the line. You gotta credit that dump pass by Peter Ramirez earlier. Now Bernard Yu heading to the line for 2 shots for Element Steel, averaging a point, 4 rebounds, and half an assist in nearly 17 minutes of action so far in their 2 losses. Yu misses both free throws, and on that second free throw, he got called for free throw lane violation. Jeff Lim swung it to Sebastian, back to Lim. Shot clock down to 12. Sebastian in and out on that 3-point attempt. Ramirez gives it up. Rejan Lee, floater. No dice, but Ramirez recovers, gives it to Lee. A little too deep down low, and recovers his own miss. Shot clock down to 10 for Rejan Lee. Baseline drive. Lee off the window, too strong. Long rebound, still with Element Steel. 10 on the shot clock. Lee, jumper, short. Yu, offensive board, and the score. Bernard Yu, tonight with 4 points, surpassing his season average. Cullen Lim misses that jumper against the tight defense of Bernard Yu. And in transition, they tried to go to Peter Ramirez, intercepted though by the Acrocity defense. 2 minutes and 51 left here in the second period. Baseline inbound for Element Steel. They try to go to Bernard Yu, but an offensive foul called against Element Steel.
Offensive foul on number 69, Bernard Yu.
Oh, it's on Bernard Yu on that last sequence. 2 minutes and 45 remaining before we hit the halftime break. Jeff Lim sends it over to Justin Sebastian, who misses that baseline jumper. Bernard Yu gets the rebound. Here's a rack attack by Element Steel. Rajon Lee, inside hand finish. And what a nifty assist coming from Peter Ramirez. 8-point ball game in favor of Element Steel. And things are starting to get together for their squad. Sean Chan, short arms to three. Yu gets the rebound. Rajon Lee attacking the rim. Same shot, different result, but Ramirez was right there to clean up the mess and put up 2 more on the board. 10-point lead now for Element Steel. Reach and foul called against Element Steel, and it's on Trunks Atienza. Minute and 51 remaining here in the second quarter. Acrocity trying to get some offense in. Still no effect though. Sean Chan short on that jumper. In transition, a miss by Bradley Lau. There's a foul called. And it will go against Acrocity. It's on Justin Nangkayon.
2 free throws. Peter Ramirez.
Going to the line is Peter Ramirez. 6 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist tonight. Averaging 9.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 1.5 assists in their first 2 ball games. Minute and 34 remaining here in the second. Jeff Lim surveying the floor. Sends it back to Justin Sebastian. Shot clock reads 12 for Acrocity. Acrocity with a jumper from inside the arc, but a miss by Jeff Lim. Rajon Lee trying to go one-on-one here. Lee misses the floater. Great recovery here by Acrocity. Great stop as well. Sebastian, stop and pop 3. Won't go through. And Acrocity struggling from the field. So far tonight, their field goal numbers 6 out of 29 for 21%. But of course, we gotta also acknowledge that they only have 7 players in their lineup, and they're doing the best they could with the pieces they have tonight. Rack attack missed by Peter Ramirez. Now Acrocity on the counter attack. Stop and pop from the free throw line, but a miss by Jeff Lim. Loose ball won here by Rajon Lee. Shot clock reads 15. It's a 7-second difference between game and shot clock, and Rajon Lee acknowledged his miss right there. It's some things that are not fit to print. Sebastian missing on that drive, and you could see some of the Acrocity players already having a hard time trying to keep up with the rest of Element Steel. As you see there, Peter Ramirez drives to the basket on that one-on-one play and gets fouled with 1.4 seconds remaining. Ramirez hitting the first of 2. (34-21), make that 35-21 after Ramirez hits both. And this is how the first half ends. Element Steel leading against Acrocity 35-21 at the break. And we'll be back with more action from this battle between Element Steel and Acrocity shortly here in the 7th Stallion Cup Jumbo Plastic Conference. Welcome back, Stallion fans, as we bring you the action here in the 7th Stallion Cup Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Conference. Thursday doubleheader action presented to you by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum, Kaukai Thai Chicken House, AutoGuard Car Care, Park Access, and Torch. At the halftime break, Element Steel looking good so far with a 35-21 lead over Acrocity. Once again, my name is Yago Del Paz, bringing you the action from courtside here at the AYSN Sports Center in the heart of San Juan City. Leading the way in terms of scoring for both sides. For Element Steel, that's Peter Ramirez with 12, Jacob Manlapas with 6, and Giosia with 4. Gino Esteban Lar with 7. For Acrocity, Justin Sebastian with 5, and Jeff Lim with 3 points. Antiporda for 3. 1, 2, 3. It's a 15-point advantage for Element Steel to start the third quarter of play. Esteban Lar tries to answer back, but to no avail. Long rebound secured by Peter Ramirez. Ramirez trying to go coast to coast. Feeds Jacob Manlapas, who misses that shot from point blank. Call gives it to the corner. Justin Sebastian misses that 3. Counter attack here by Element Steel. Ramirez with that Pinoy step to the finish. And that is your best offensive play of the quarter, brought to you by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. 40-23 in favor of Element Steel. 12 seconds on the shot clock for Esteban Lar. They swing it to the left wing. Iron deficient jumper by Jeff Lim. Antiporda feeds Peter Ramirez inside the paint and knocks it in from 14 feet out. Now Acrocity starting to feel the heat here. Jumper, lucky bounce for Spencer Call. During that first half, by the way, if we're going to look at the stats, Element Steel shooting 30%, while Acrocity with a paltry 17%. Element Steel didn't need to knock down any three-pointers, 0 for 7 during that stretch, but they did manage to get the lead, especially with 26 points in the paint. Rebounding battle also overwhelmingly won by Element Steel, 51-26. Element Steel also shared the ball very well, 9-3 in terms of assists. Bench points for Element Steel. They were able to get more from their second unit, 19-7, and fast break points, 12-6, still in favor of Element Steel. Back to the action here. Jacob Manlapas missing from point blank, and Acrocity attacking here, 3 on 4, and Esteban Lar gets fouled on the way to the cup.
His third personal.
7 minutes and 13 left here in the third quarter. Esteban Lar gets that lucky roll on that first free throw. Esteban Lar goes 2 out of 2 and swishes the second. Element Steel in firm control of this one. 3 minutes down here in the third period. Antiporda to Lee. Now to Giosia. Automatic, supersonic on that jumper from the right wing. 44-27. Of course, I'd like to also give a shout out to Giosia's wife, Riza Rustia, who's probably watching her husband right now as they are in firm control of this matchup. Antiporda. Corner 3 on the way, And Element Steel. They're really finding their range tonight. That's Carl Lim with a 3-ball. 47-27. It's a 20-point ball game. There's a foul on that incursion. Spencer call. Trying to tow Acrocity back in this one.
Subdivisions.
Of course, a quick shout out to Ellis Chua, also competing here in the Stallion Cup. Spencer Call knocks out the first free throw. So far here in the second period, it's been a 12-5 run by Element Steel. 47-28. Rajan Lee, 15 on the shot clock. They swing it. Giosia, baseline jumper, a little too strong. Esteban Lar, rack attack against Rajan Lee. Didn't compute that angle on the shot properly, but Paul Antiporda does with that inside hand finish. 49-28. 21-point blackjack advantage for Element Steel. Sean Chan swings it. They find Spencer Call at the foul line. Buries that jumper. It's down to a 19-point ball game. Giosia. 14 seconds on the shot clock. They find a man at the corner. Carl Lim one more time. Same shot, different result. But Bernard Yu gets the offensive board and nearly gets a score. 5:07 left here in the third period. There will be 2 more free throws for Bernard Yu, who earlier missed his free throws and misses another one right there. Another 0 for 2 trip for Bernard Yu. Bernard Yu now 0 for 4 from the free throw line. Acrocity gets another lease on life there, and they allowed Spencer Call to drive to the basket with the foul. 49-32 is our count. And that was the last foul to give for Element Steel this quarter. Next foul will send Acrocity players to the free throw line. Spencer Call makes good use of that last opportunity and completes that 3-point play. 49-33. 16-point ball game. Rajan Lee for 3. Knocks it in! That 3-pointer straight as an arrow to make this a 19-point ball game. Lee against 2 Acrocity defenders. See you later! Blackjack lead once more for Element Steel. Gino Esteban Lar trapped against Paul Antiporda. Swings it to Spencer Call. 12 on the shot clock. Call high off the glass and in. 54-35. 19-point ball game. Same as the jersey number of Paul Antiporda. Lee once more from deep. Left it short. Lee snatches his own miss. And Rajan Lee, what a drive to the basket. 21-point lead once again for Element Steel. Spencer Call, his version of a 3. Swishes it in. 56-38. Now Element Steel slowing things down. They've got 15 seconds on their shot clock. Rajan Lee sends it over to Giosia. 9 on the shot clock. They kick it out back to Lee. 5 to shoot. Sia Corner 3 all day. Yes, sirree! 3:03 remaining. And this is a better version of Element Steel. Way different on a 180 compared to their performance against Cool Summer Farm last Thursday. 59-38. Sia again from deep. Short. Long rebound goes to Bernard Yu. And Yu cleans up the mess and gets 2 more on the board. 2.5 remaining here in the third quarter. 19 seconds on the shot clock. They go to Gino Estebanlar. Going for that attack downhill but misses. Great recovery here by Element Steel. Rejan Lee heading this 3-on-2. Oh! And he gets fouled on the way to the cup. No easy points, says Acrocity. Peter Ramirez relieves Gia Sia. Quality minutes for Gia Sia in this third quarter. Rejan Lee at the free throw line hits the first of 2 free throws. Gia Sia in 17 minutes of action so far tonight, 9 points. On 4 for 14 shooting from the field. We're down to the final 2:08 of the third quarter. 63-38. Acrocity trying to find some offense going here. And Gino Estebanlar knocks down the jumper from the foul line. 23-point ball game, 63-40. Element Steel in firm command of this match. Ramirez trying to go downhill. Kicks it out to Trunks Atienza. Badly misses that one. Iron deficient and goes out of bounds. Minute and 24 remaining here in the third quarter. Gino Estebanlar swings it to the other end to Justin Nancayon. He gets the ball back and bounces it to Spencer Call, who misses that jumper. Rebound secured by Bernard Yu. Rejan Lee for change of pace, but a foul called on that driving play. Spencer Call tagged with his first personal foul. That's 3 team fouls already for Acrocity this third period. Rejan Lee strong arms the first of 2 foul shots. Lee rims out the second free throw. Rejan Lee tonight, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. Gino Estebanlar rims out the 3-point attempt. Peter Ramirez bringing the ball up court. Nice find inside. Bradley Lau for the score. Half a minute remaining, and that was your AutoGuard Car Care Best Assist of the quarter. 27 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, and Estebanlar with a drive and kick 3-pointer. Got it! And that's Justin Nancayon with that corner 3. 12 seconds remaining. Last play of the period, Ramirez with a drive and kick, the extra pass to Rejan Lee. 5 seconds remaining, off the window, goes out. And that will end 3 quarters of action. It's a 22-point advantage for Element Steel over Acrocity after 3, 65-43. Don't go away, we got 4th quarter of action coming to you shortly here in the 7th Stallion Cup Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Conference. This is your 7th Stallion Cup Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Conference presented to you by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum, Kaukai Thai Chicken House, AutoGuard Car Care, Park Access and Torch, and Acrocity doing their best to keep in step with Element Steel, but with them running this entire ball game on 7 players, they're starting to run on fumes as the game progresses. 65-46 to start the 4th quarter of action. My name is Egado Paz, bringing you the action from the AYSN Sports Center in the heart of San Juan City. Gino Esteban Lar earlier knocked down his first 3-point shot of the night after 6 attempts. And Spencer Kaw gets a 3-point play opportunity in the offing. Chance for Acrocity to go on this 6-0 start. Spencer Kaw at the foul line knocks down the bonus. 65-49. 16-point ball game. Peter Ramirez sends it to Jacob Manlapas. Now they swing it to the outside. Atienza back to Ramirez, who misses that jumper from outside the shaded lane. Acrocity trying to go on the offensive. A miss by Sean Chan. Paul Antiporda to Jacob Manlapas. Baseline drive against 3 dark shirts. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Atienza gives it to Paul Antiporda. And his pass intercepted by the Acrocity defense. That was your Kaukai Thai Chicken House best defensive play of the quarter. As you could see, Gino Esteban Lar right there leading the Acrocity offense and defense. Colin Lim badly misses on that 3. Another missed 3 ball here for Acrocity, this time from Jeff Lim. Now Giosia feeds Paul Antiporda. 1 bounce, 2 bounce, 3 bounces. Won't go in. Spencer Kaw. Rack attack. Off the window, and there's a foul called. There will be 2 shots off that foul by Bradley Lau. Exactly 8 minutes remaining in this ball game. And if the score stands, Element Steel about to get their first win in 3 tries. Spencer Kaw missing the front end of 2. $65-49. Chance to make this a 15-point ball game if he makes the second. Yes, he does. Still a long way to go. 8 minutes is what they call an eternity of basketball. Antiporda sends it over to Ramirez. Great ball movement here from Element Steel. Nice find inside to Bradley Lau for that baseline dump shot. 17-point ball game. 6-7, 5-0. Spencer Kaw, series of moves. Jumper high off the glass against Jacob Manlapas for the triple B. The bump, the bucket, and the chance for the bonus. Spencer Kaw was able to draw the second personal foul on Jacob Manlapas, and the bonus is in. 14-point ball game. Manlapas drives to the basket. Jacob Manlapas a little too strong off the glass. And Jacob Manlapas gets teed up after hitting the stanchion in with a little bit of frustration there. Officially, they call it for unsportsmanlike behavior. That's his fourth personal foul. .708 remaining here in this final frame. And again, as I mentioned earlier, 7 minutes is still a long time. And for Element Steel, they need to keep their composure. Spencer Caw hits the tee. Ball possession will remain with Element Steel. Gio to Antiporda. They go back to Sia. Fakes. Fires. Off the glass but no dice. Offensive board and the score for Bernard Yu, who is having the game of his life tonight. 69-54. Spencer Caw. Rainbow shot. Bang. Bang. Boom. It's down to a 12-point ball game. And Acrocity going on a mini run here as they try to make this more interesting. Sia hushes that Acrocity run with that long two. Esteban Lar. Oh, and what a steal by Bernard Yu. Gio Sia heads the 3-on-4. Gives it up to Paul Antiporda. Offensive foul called on Paul Antiporda. And Colin Lim there, a pest on defense. 6:08 remaining here in the fourth quarter. As I said, we are far from over. 7-man strong Acrocity challenging a near full strength Element Steel. 15 on the shot clock. Spencer Caw shuffled his feet, danced to the wrong beat, and it goes back to Element Steel. Gio Sia gets the ball from Rejan Lee. Paul Antiporda. They swing it to Lee. Quick extra passes. Finds Gio Sia. Back-to-back hits from mid-range. 5:35 left here in the fourth. Esteban Lar fires that fadeaway jumper but misses. Paul Antiporda calling for calm here. Lee. Now Gio Sia directing the traffic. 12 seconds on the shot clock. They go to Antiporda. Ramirez dumps the ball down low. Unfortunately for Bernard Yu, couldn't make that shot. But lucky break for Element Steel as Spencer Caw lost the basketball at the baseline. Halfway through the fourth quarter, Sia gives it to Ramirez. 12 on the shot clock. Ramirez sends it to Sia. Baseline J. Too strong. Sean Chan with the rebound but throws it away. And a steal by Paul Antiporda. Sia with 5 on the shot clock. The 3 left it short. And Sia gets the offensive board. And they get 9 seconds to shoot. Rejan Lee, 5 on the shot clock. Steps through. Rejan Lee off the glass. 75-57 palindrome score. 4:30 remaining in the fourth. Esteban Lar misses that 3-point attempt. And now Rejan Lee quickly to the front court. Forced to pull back after losing control of that basketball. 12 on the shot clock now for Element Steel. They go to Sia. Long 2. Got it! Gio Sia on fire tonight. Averaging 8 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists tonight with 13 points to his name. Spencer Caw. 12 on the shot clock. Caw blocked by Bernard Yu. Now Rejan Lee against 2 defenders. Rejan Lee! Quick change of pace and out hustles his defenders. Spencer Caw gets a 3-point play in the offing off that foul by Bernard Yu.
personal.
20-point ball game in favor of Element Steel. And that Gia Sia jumper might have done it this early. 3.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. And it's getting harder and harder for Acrocity to breathe. Call misses the bonus free throw, and Manlapas, nursing 4 personal fouls, gets the rebound. Sia with 18 on the shot clock, feeds. Ramirez fades, fires and in! 81-59. 3 minutes and 20 remaining in the fourth. And Element Steel inching closer to their first victory of the season. But Justin Sebastian says, not so fast. And he had a 3-ball from the elbow pocket. Manlapas from the feed by Rejan Lee. Short arms that one. Recovers a loose ball and he gets fouled on the way up. We are down to the midnight hours of this battle between Element Steel and Acrocity in our main game of our Thursday 7th Stallion Cup Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Conference play. This week number 2 of your tournament. Once again brought to you by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum, Kaukai Thai Chicken House, AutoGuard Car Care, Park Access, and Torch. Carl Lim tagged with a second personal foul, and that was the last foul to give for Element Steel. And now that's Sean Chan going to the free throw line for 2 shots. Sean Chan hits the first of 2. 81-63. 18-point ball game. He could make it 17 with this one, but fails to do so. Power rebound by Peter Ramirez. Giacia swings it to Rejan Lee. 2:37 left here in the first. Sia from mid-range. Can't find the bottom there, but Jacob Manlapas, offensive board and the score. 83-63. Here's the answer for Acrocity. Sean Chan couldn't find the bottom though. Lee sidesteps and gets the foul on the way up, on the way for a continuation. After a slump in the last outing, Rejan Lee recovers 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists tonight. Bonus free throw made by Rejan Lee. Last time around against Cool Summer Farm, it was a forgettable night for Rejan Lee, who only had 6 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. We are down to the last 2 minutes, brought to you by Jumbo Plastic Linoleum. Ten seconds on the shot clock, or 17 rather, and that will definitely do it for Element Steel. Carl Lim knocking down that 3. Justin Sebastian with a 3-ball of his own. 89-69. It's still a 20-point ball game. One that Acrocity has never overcome here in the fourth quarter. But the story has been Element Steel slowly built up that advantage through the first and second quarters, especially using their the numbers game to their advantage. Acrocity again playing with only 7 players in tonight's ball game. Esteban Lar airballs that 3-point attempt. Now Element Steel putting the finishing touches. Jacob Manlapas there with coming off that nifty assist from Peter Ramirez, and that is our AutoGuard Car Care best assist of the quarter. Rajan Lee with a left-handed finish. And we're just about to find out our final score shortly. Sebastian attacking, couldn't score, and Ramirez will just bring it up. And Manlapas will just hold to end this ball game. Your final score, 97-67. Element Steel getting the first win in 3 matches at the expense of Acrocity. Esteban Lar still trying to make it a respectable finish, but it won't go through. And that concludes our Thursday action here in the 7th Stallion Cup Jumbo Plastic Conference. And we will find out shortly our Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Best Player of the Game. Thursday action here in the 7th Stallion Cup Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Conference closes with a bang for Element Steel as they finally get their first win in 3 outings at the expense of Acrocity. And right now with me is our Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Best Player of the Game, Peter Ramirez. Peter, after those 2 disappointing matchups to open your campaign here in the Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Conference, what pushed your team to improve against Acrocity tonight?
You captured it best. You said the word disappointment. We just let it all out. We were so frustrated with how we did in the first 2 games. We just let it out. And knowing that our 2 key players were out for tonight, we all had to step up. So it's a team effort on our side.
I talked to Gio Sia before this ball game tonight na napansin niya na nung last game ninyo against Cool Summer Farm that your offense was stagnant. But this time around, nakita ko, very dynamic ang offense ninyo. Even more so, yung mga defensive stops ninyo. What changed from that last game to today?
What we kind of noticed, we weren't so tired in the last games. We were just more frustrated. So sinigurado namin ngayon na mapapagod kami kahit ano yung lamang, kahit ilan yung kailangan naming ma-score. Pinagod lang namin sa namin. Effort lang talaga. Double, triple effort.
Alright, Peter, this is your chance to give your shoutouts to all of those watching right now on our live stream.
Thank you to Stallion Cup. We are so thankful for the opportunity. First time ko rin. And to my wife, Chind, and to my captains, Gio and Rijan, for the opportunity. And of course, to God be all the glory.
Once again, congratulations, Peter Ramirez and the rest of Element Steel for getting their first win of the Stallion Cup this season. And that concludes our action here in the 7th Stallion Cup Jumbo Plastic Linoleum Conference on a Thursday. My name is Diego Del Paz signing off for now, and we will see you at the ball games. And we bid you good night from the beautiful city of San Juan.